Queens. We're starting a new series called, I don't know, give me some ideas for what it's called, but this is the first time I'm going to do the introduction for it, and then I'm just going to go into it every video after this. But I'm going to take you with me in every single one of our exam rooms. And for this purpose, I'm going to do it silently. We'll just do a slit lamp exam. I usually go to room 6. The clock in there is very loud. You guys like the clock, most of you. So we're gonna go to every single room. We've got about 15 rooms. So this is room number 1. We'll see how you feel about it and see if you have a preference for filming moving forward. Okay, so we'll be evaluating the clock noise, the way the particular slit lamp sounds, and I guess the background, which most of the rooms look exactly the same. There are a couple that are different though, so we'll see what you like. I want every single one of you to rate each video on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being you hated it, that room sucked, and 10 being fantastic, shoot every single video in there for the rest of your life. Okay? Welcome to my new series, ASMR Cribs. I lied to you last time. I said I wasn't going to do another introduction, but I will do an introduction just to remind you what we're doing here. So we are evaluating all of the exam rooms in my clinic. This is room 2. So I want you to pay attention to the clock, the sounds of the particular slit lamp, the vibes of the room. I also realize it kind of depends on the angle of my camera, but feel what you feel, you know? And then you're gonna rate each room from a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being you absolutely hated it, don't ever go back there. 10 being film every single video in that room. And I'm not gonna talk because we have to listen to the room and the sounds of the microscope, you know? So all of these will be silent. Here we go. hope you heard that sound, and I hope you hate this room because it's my least favorite one. The slit lamp's a little stiff. So, what do you think? Room number 2, ASMR Cribs. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 3. So, as a reminder, we are evaluating every room in my clinic. We are thinking about the clock. Any other sounds in here? Right now, I can hear the light bulb. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. The sounds of the slit lamp, the ambiance of the room, the background. Okay, my bad for room 2. Maybe I was like subconsciously trying to like sabotage that room because I hate it so much. My angle was completely different. That was a mistake on my part. It should be the same in every room, right? So you're seeing the same thing. And a reminder, there's all these people coming on saying, oh, like, you should talk, whisper, whatever. That's not what this series is about. We're evaluating the room, right? So once you guys decide which room's your favorite, or maybe we'll have like a couple rooms that we'll bounce between, then we can go back. And I think we should evaluate the other things. The transilluminators, maybe? The BIOs, little headlamp with the light, all the other things about the room. There's even different types of slit lamps where the Goldman probe, which is that little probe that we use with the blue light, sometimes that comes from the side, sometimes it comes from the top. We can get into all of those things and then the talking and whatnot. But for this purpose, we're doing silent slit lamp exams, okay? The only talking is the intro. All right, you ready? Pay attention. Hopefully you can't hear them. Okay, one more thing. The camera's gonna be in the same spot from now on out. I might go back and refilm number 2 at the end of this to give it a fair shot, because just because I hate it doesn't mean you have to hate it. But, you know, the light, the brightness, where my light's at in the camera, don't let that impact your judgment for this series, because once we decide on a room, then we can get into like, okay, is the light going into the lens? Is it kind of off to the side? All that stuff. So, rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you absolutely hate it, never come back here, and 10 being best room ever, go back to that one in the future. Okay, thanks. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 4. If you're new here, we are evaluating every room in my clinic to just see which one we like the best. So we're evaluating the sound of the clock, other sounds in the room, the slit lamp itself, the ambiance of the room, and then you're going to rate it from a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being you hated it, don't go back there. 10 being best room ever, film every single thing in that room. And as a reminder, this is going to be a silent slit lamp exam, no talking, because I want you to pay attention to the room and the slit lamp, not to me. Another thing we can evaluate is the lighting. This stand lamp is on the lowest possible setting and it's really, really bright. And I know some of you like really dark videos, so keep that in mind. All right, here we go. Okay, see you in room 5. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 5. You can already hear the clock. As a reminder, we are evaluating every single room in my clinic and we are seeing which one we like the best. We're thinking about the clock, we're thinking about the lighting, we're thinking about the ambience of the room, the slit lamp sounds, any other sounds the room might have. I like the light in this one because it's a little bit softer, a little dimmer. The clock is outrageous. Some of you love it, some of you despise it, and it depends on the day and how overstimulated you are. Me too. I was thinking, back in room 4, the chair in there is so quiet. So at the end of all of this, I mean, we'll have one favorite room, but you might be like, I really like the chair in 4. I really like the clock in 5. I like whatever and wherever. We might be able to do a little mix and match at the very end, where if, let's say room 8 is your favorite room, favorite slit lamp, you can bring the clock in there if you really want the clock. Bring the stool from room 4. We'll see what happens. But as a reminder, we are gonna rate the room on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being absolutely terrible, worst room ever, or as my daughter says, toyable and disgusting. And then 10, which is your favorite room, everything about it was top notch. I also like when you guys tell me why you rate the room, what you rate it. Because like I said, if you have one thing you like more than the other, that helps build the perfect room at the end. Okay, let's get started. see you tomorrow. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 6. So, if you're new here, we are looking at every single room in my clinic and seeing which one is our favorite. We are paying attention to the clock. You can hardly hear it in here. The lighting. I put each stand lamp on the lowest light possible. The slit lamp itself and any other extra sounds in the room. And then the ambiance, but really, as you've probably noticed by now, they're kind of all the same, with the caveat of the last 4 or 5 rooms. Those will be a little different, so stay tuned. And then at the end of the video, you're going to rate it from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being horrible, terrible, don't go back, 10 being best room ever, let's do another one in that room. And if you can, when you give your rating, tell me why you're rating it, what you're rating it, because it helps me figure out what parts you like, what parts you don't, and at the end of all of this, maybe we can help design the best room. All right, here we go. Alright, we're going to room 7 next. Welcome back to ASMR Cribs. We're in room 7. In group 7? Okay, we are looking at every single room in my clinic, deciding which one's our favorite room. So we're thinking about the clock. We can hear it in here. The lighting, this one's really dim, it's nice. We're thinking about the slit lamp sounds itself and any other sounds the room might have. The ambiance, the background. It's really dark in here, but looks the same as the other ones. And then we're gonna rate the room on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being terrible, don't go back to that room. 10 being amazing, let's do it again. And just so you remember, it's a silent slit lamp exam. No talking, because we're paying attention to the room, not the speaking. All right, let's go. me also move around a little bit so you can hear the stool. All right, we're about halfway through. So see you tomorrow in room 8. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 8. So the clinic just shut down. The cleaners are here. There's some vacuuming. You're probably gonna hear that. You might hear some other noises outside the room. Try not to let that cloud your judgment for what else is going on in here. We're evaluating the stand lamp. Backing it up, if you're new here, we're evaluating every room in my clinic to see which room is our favorite room. So we're thinking about the vibes of the room, the lighting of the room. Each stand lamp is on the lowest possible brightness. This one's kind of bright. We're thinking about the clock, if we can hear it, if we can't, if it's too loud. The sound of the slit lamp itself, the squeakiness of the chair. Ooh, just one's a little squeaky. And like I said, there's gonna be some background noise. I'm really sorry about it, but there's nothing we can do at the moment. Unless I'm gonna be here for another hour, which I do want to get home to my family. So let's dive in. At the end of this, you're gonna rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, don't go back there, 10 being you loved the room, absolutely fantastic. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry the background noise is so crazy right now. I realize it may throw the whole thing off and some of you are gonna be pissed about it. Rate it nonetheless. Maybe we'll come back to this room if you care that much. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 9. If you haven't seen the other videos in this series, we are evaluating every room in my clinic to see which one is our favorite room. We are looking at the vibes of the room, the lighting. This stand lamp, I put them all at the lowest setting. This is not the lowest setting because this is the lowest setting. It's basically off. So we can make it as bright or as dim as we want. I think that's okay. We are evaluating the sounds of the slit lamp, the other sounds in the room, the chair. Sometimes they're a little squeaky. And then at the end, you're going to rate it from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you hated the room, it's absolutely terrible, and 10 being fantastic, best room ever. All right, here we go. This one is a little stiff. Hold on, bear with me here. Okay. And don't forget, this is a silent ASMR slit lamp exam. see you in room 10. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 10. We are getting through this series. If you're still hanging on, we are evaluating every room in my clinic to see which one is our favorite room. We're evaluating the vibes of the room. This one is so dark. It is a little bit different than the last 9 rooms though. Can you see that? No, because it's so dark in here. This stand lamp also super dim, just like room 9. I had to turn it up quite a lot to get any light. The cleaners are coming. I tried to make it in here before they came, but you might hear a little bit of background noise from them. I don't know if they're, oh. I think the vacuum cleaner's also starting, so we're gonna try to get through this without too many distractions. I'm so sorry. We are evaluating the vibes of the room, the lighting, the slit lamp sounds. This slit lamp is a little bit different, more like room 3, and not many of you liked room 3. So we're also evaluating the sound of the stool. Oh my Lanta, we're just gonna wait a second. Oh, this little thing. So we have, some of you have noticed there's like a little clear screen right here. There's another one in every single room right here, and I always take that one off. But this one, along with the one in room 3, it's like stuck onto the, like the arm of the slit lamp here. So it is not removable. I don't like that. All right, here we go. Okay, let me know what you think. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 11. Finally, something different in one of the rooms. This room is big. This room has a mirror. If you're new here, we are evaluating every room in my clinic to see which one's our favorite room. And we've done 1 through 10, and now it's 11. We are evaluating the vibes of the room. These are different vibes for sure. The decorations, all of that. The stand lamp. It's at the lowest setting. This one's extremely bright. We're evaluating the sounds of the slit lamp itself, the clock, if I didn't already say it, and any other sounds that we might come across. There are still some people here in the clinic. No vacuuming today, but I can hear some giggling and some voices, so here we go. Okay, tell me what you think. We've got 4 more rooms after this, and then our series is complete. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 12. So we've got 11 rooms on one side of the clinic, 4 rooms, so there's 15 total rooms on the other side of the clinic. These rooms are a little bit different. This stand lamp is nice and dark, so you can't see a whole lot of the room, but the rooms are a little bit different. You don't see that trim piece in the middle of the wall. These slit lamps are a bit newer, and so things are a smidge different over here. If you haven't been following along, we are evaluating every single room in my clinic to see which one's our favorite. We are evaluating the sounds of the clock. This one's pretty loud. The slit lamp itself, the light in the room. I put all of the stand lamps, or most of them, on the lowest possible setting. And we're also evaluating the sound of the chair. This one's pretty nice and smooth. So at the end, you're gonna grade this on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you loved it, go back to that room, 10 being, no, 1 being you hated it, don't go back to that room, 10 being you loved it, go back to that room. And just a reminder, this is a silent slit lamp exam so that you can evaluate the room and not the talking. Okay, here we go. Alright, let me know what you think. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 13. I know some of you are tired of this series. I get it. But you know what? We're not quitters. After this, there's 2 rooms left, and we're done. And if you haven't rated the rooms, if you're waiting till the end, it's coming. Thanks for bearing with. If you haven't seen this series, we are evaluating every single room in my clinic to see which one's our favorite. We're thinking about the vibes of the room. This one's really dark. This light is really dark. And this isn't even as, like, it can go darker, but I figured you couldn't see me. So we're thinking about the clock. In my opinion, this clock is really irritating because it's not like a tick tick, it's like, can you hear that? We are listening to the slit lamp itself and any other sounds the room may have. Also evaluating the light. We're gonna grade it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being terrible, don't go back to that room. 10 being fantastic, we loved it, let's have more. All right, here we go. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is room 14. We've come a long way and we're almost done. if you're new here, we're evaluating every exam room in my clinic to see which one's our favorite. We are looking at the lighting, the rooms, the vibes of the rooms. We're evaluating the sound of the stool, the sound of the clock, the sounds of the slit lamp itself, any other sounds this room has. I can hear the light bulb, and that's annoying. But at the end, you're going to give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, don't go back, 10 being it's your favorite. So here we go. Okay, let me know what you think. We've got one room left. See you there. Welcome to ASMR Cribs. This is the season finale. This is room 15, the one we've all been waiting to get to. If you're still with me, thanks for being here. Thanks for your patience. And if you're waiting for this video to rate all of them, now is your time to shine. So if you're new here, we're evaluating every exam room in my clinic to see which one's our favorite. We're thinking about the lighting, the vibes of the room. Can't see much back here. The sound of the stool, the sound of the slit lamp itself, any other sounds the room may have, and the clock. And as a reminder, it's a silent slit lamp exam. There's no whispering, there's no talking, because we're evaluating the room, not me. Okay, at the end, rate it from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you hated it, 10 being you loved it. Let's go out with a bang. Okay, that was the last one. This might be the one and only series, but if you have ideas for other ones, let me know. Okay, go rate them all. We'll find out which one's our favorite room, and whichever room's your favorite, I'll do my next ASMR video in that room as a dedication to the winner. Alright, thanks for being with me.